connect to the system. See here, work status configuration. We configure the work status for our model. You see here, 3 states we created: unlocked, submitted, and approved. Unlocked is controlled by everyone. Submitted is available for only owner. Approved is available for only manager. And the data region, locking data region, is based on profit center, category, fiscal year. Now, this profit center, owner is coming from this profit center. We are using external characteristic. Use 00 EPC, external profit center, in order to derive our owner and manager. For the owner and manager, so system should take profit center from ERP profit center, and owner and manager should be derived from the external characteristic, which is external profit center. We have created another profit center, EPC, use 00 EPC. So we created one program defined by customer implementation. We selected this customer implementation. We defined one program, BADI, or BPC underscore set user. You can see that BADI, where we created that BADI. Define a owner property by implementing BADI RSPPC B underscore set user. Here, some sample code we added. We told the system, then you find ERP profit center, then go to external profit center, owner and manager you take from the external profit center. That's what we defined this particular customer implementation. Now, let's test this particular work status. In order to test this work status, we can create a library workbook. It is not available. Creating workbook in our input template in BPC web, BPC 11, it is not available, but we can create it in BPC 10.1. On S/4HANA version, we can create a library. So go to library, public, new input form. So here you can create an input form. So let's select the same thing here. So the query, whatever DAX queries you created, that will be called here. Next. This is already created. Next. Finish. So I have some data. So this data is already locked. Change work status, if you see. Using for some other class, I have locked this one. For example, you see here, some cells are grayed out. Which cells are grayed out? YB110. These cells are grayed out. This profit center and this combination. This profit center combination with 2017 grayed out. But YB700, this profit center, and other profit center, YB111, this profit center is available for time. Why? Because I have already submitted. I am the owner for YB110. I have already submitted this particular data for the approval. How can I know whether I submitted or not? Go to change work status, select the profit center. This is the profit value added, product name, category, plan, fiscal year, 2000, calendar for 2000. Now you can see it's already approved, so I can't do anything. Now let's say another profit center. This is the profit center. In this I can't do because it's already locked. Let's say YB111 I can change the data to 17,000. I can save it. Submit. Right? It's submit. When I submit, right? So now if you see, go to change work status. I have to submit this data. This submit is saving the data. I am submitting the data now for the next level, for the manager, for the review. So this is the one. Right, YB111. I'm making the work status as submitted. Category plan. Category. Fiscal year 2017. Calendar for 2017. Right. So the current status of this YB111 is unlocked. That's why I can plan. Unlocked state, owner and manager can plan. Let's say for this YB111, Srikanth is the owner. There is another ID, Srikanth2. Right? Srikanth2. Two user IDs are there. Srikanth is the owner. Srikanth2 is the manager. So now the current status is unlocked. Now I will make it as submitted. If you see, when I connect with Srikanth user ID, I have unlocked and submitted. Only two work states available. Observe here. Actually, in the work status, we created three states: unlocked, submitted, and approved. However, I can see only unlocked and submitted here because unlocked is controlled by owner and manager. Because Srikanth is owner, he can see unlocked. Submitted is controlled by owner. Owner is Srikanth, so Srikanth can see submitted. Approved is controlled by manager. So manager can see approved. Srikanth cannot see approved here. So now I will make it submitted. In the submitted state, owner cannot change the data. In the submitted state, owner cannot change the data. So when I click on apply, the input will be disappeared. It will be grayed out. The input option for YB111 will be disappeared. See, apply. Okay. Now you see here the message data source. Data source means work status. YB111 is grayed out now. It is grayed out now. I cannot change now. I cannot go back. That means I cannot unlock also. See, let's see whether I can unlock or not because it's already submitted. Let's see YB111 profit center, but it's not approved yet. Product B. I can't come back or not. I just want to see whether I can come back. Fiscal year. So I can come back. So current status is submitted. If I want to change again, I have to make it unlocked. So I have to change the status to unlocked. Then I can change this. I have an option. I can come back. Yeah. Now, as a owner, I submitted this data to my manager. Now, my manager can check this data. If he is okay, he can approve this. Otherwise, he will reject this data. Reject in the sense, he will say, it's change these numbers to the owner. He will suggest what are the numbers to be changed. So what I will do, I will go with the user ID Srikanth2. Yeah.
So if we after submitting, we got an information that numbers needs to be changed, maybe from not from the manager but from the internal other teams. So
Okay,
while even after submitting, we can go back and do a unlock and then edit and then again submit, right?
correct. From the
So
submitted state, they will change it to unlock, they will change to unlock, and then change, and again you will do submit. Yeah,
the moment you submit, then there will be a mail trigger to the manager, no? So
correct.
that will be in here, is it?
So that is inbuilt. Email notification is inbuilt. So
Inbuilt.
there is
So
a transaction code in BW where you can activate it. So SMTP server to be connected, activated.
okay then. But earlier if you have done something and submitted, and then you got to know later, and you have recorrected it, and then submit. So there will be two emails that have been hit the manager's inbox, right? So
Correct.
he will
Every state change, every work status change, okay, it will trigger a mail to the owner and manager for that profit center. Let's say
just
if I submit the profit center X, for the X, whomever the owner, let's say submitted state, okay, it will tell for this particular profit center it's submitted. When I make it unlocked, then also it will say the submitted work state has been changed to unlocked to the manager and owner.
if manager approves, then he cannot unlock, right?
He cannot unlock. If that is approved, he cannot unlock.
Right.
Kiran, one quick question.
Yeah,
Uh, can you set this work status on analysis for Office?
you can set. You can set. There is work status option. Um, let's see whether we can do that work status in the analysis for Office. Because yesterday I tried, it was coming grayed out. There might be some bug here in the analysis for Office. So we can check it now. Once it is done, we will check in the analysis for Office. I'll show you where to change the work status. So here, now I'm connecting as a manager. Srikanth 2 is the manager. Correct? So click on login. Srikanth 2. Remember, I'm connecting Srikanth 2. The description of this user ID is Srikanth, so don't confuse. This is user ID is Srikanth. So let's go to Srikanth user ID. Srikanth 2 user ID. Now, library. I'm connecting to the same input form. Yeah, sorry. So work status, let's go inside here. Now, you see, you might have observed one thing here. For the YB1, for the Srikanth, it is grayed out. For Srikanth 2, it is available for the changes because in the submitted state, if I go here, in the submitted state, manager can change the input. In the submitted state, manual entry can be done by the manager. Even though it is controlled by owner, manual entry can be done by the manager. So the manager, if he wants, he can change the data. So it is applicable. Let's say now I will make it to 15,000 again. I will save this data. Submit data means save data. So planet has been saved. Now once it is done, I can approve. So I can change the work status to approved. So this one should be approved. See here, for the manager, approved work state is available. See here, approved work state is controlled by the manager. That's why only unlocked and approved will be available. So click on approved, apply. Now the current status is approved. Okay. Now this particular manager can also not, manager, if we try also, he cannot change. This is why we 111 is not locked. 15,000 is locked. Why? In the approved state, work status, we told the system, in the approved state, none of them can change the date. None. Manual entry cannot be done by owner or manager. Right? So how system is deriving the owner and manager based on the customer implementation. YB111, YB111, how system knows that owner and manager based on the external profit. We can check that one in the system. Let's go to HANA Studio. The owner and manager in the profit center we maintain, that we have already seen. Yeah. So this is all about work status. So work status is basically lock and unlock the data. Let's go to analysis for office and check whether work status option is available for this or not. So
can you connect EPM to BPC 11? EPM add-in, I mean.
No. No. BPC 10.1 you can.
Okay.
From the BPC 11, they stopped EPM add-in.
Okay.
They're strongly suggesting use analysis for office. You can try actually. We'll see. So insert data source.
So still all those functionalities of EPM still can be used in analysis for office, but then that will be taken care at query level, right, Kiran?
Yes. See? Oh, locked. Here work status is there option. So it is saying locked, right? So it is locked. Where is it? Oh, in the web by locked. Let's cancel this. So now it's not locked. 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 Where is it? This is the so there is a transaction code essence one. You might know this one. So it will tell where I lock. So if you see there is no lock. Here is just. So sometimes what happens, it will show like that, just delete. Delete the lock. data in info provider U08 R01 locked by user. Why it's doing?
Could you please tell it to you, Srikanth, user ID?
Oh, Srikanth too.
Yeah.
Okay. ESP lock, RSPLS lock. This you will see.
Kiran, with analysis, you have this ribbon of EPM and data managers. So can you load all this EPM functionalities like data, load
This is for
data
standard.
or standard? Okay.
Okay. Now let's see. Here it is showing. Let's say here I choose 100. I will write. When I select this, here this option is not coming. Save option is coming. Recalculate. This is grayed out. Actually, it should be available. Only web I am able to do this. That's why I use BPC web. Any analysis for our workbook, no, I'm not able to derive this. But you can do it in BPF also, business process first. But you cannot. It is not giving an option, the active option of work status analysis in BPC 11 and BPC 10. That's why I used BPC web template. Yeah, we can raise this one with SAP. I can also check why this work status is not available in your office. Yeah, but BPF and this web, they have given the option. Next thing. Yesterday, we were discussing BPF. In the previous session, we were discussing business process flow. As part of business process flows, we defined some activities. In an Excel sheet, but we have not created in the system. We defined some activities. So I want to give some idea how the BPF looks like. So I will show. I explained in an Excel sheet. Somewhere I mentioned that BPF. I'm just checking. Somewhere I created that one and so. So we were discussing. I explained here what is activity, what is business process. So there are some activities. Now I will show you the same thing, okay, in the system so that you will understand. Then we will continue. You see here, this is business process flows can be created here. Yeah, can be executed in the activity. So this is user to I just log out. This is common error. Let's open this internet. open the URL always in Internet Explorer. That is easy. It won't have any errors. That's what I'm going to do now. Universal website. Test technology. I will take this one. Control C. Then I will put it here. This is okay. Just name it as BPC logo. Connecting. So go to my activities. Right. The user will get like this. First they can plan the quantity. Let's say there is first one activity which is add new product in the provisional material. Then they click on this link. Right, this is one activity. It's already completed. Right, they will get a hyperlink called here. So this is the hyperlink. This is the workspace. Yeah. And when they click on add new products, it opens a link. So basically here, maintain master data. This is an activity, and maintain master data in BW and BPC. These are the hyperlinks I said. So the same hyperlinks you can see. We can configure BPF in BPC 10.11 or BPC 10.10. Both are same. The way of configuration is same in BPC 11 and BPC 10.1. So here, click on add new products. Yeah, then you can see here that the products. If they want, they can maintain new products. Same way, when I click on a link in BPF, it opens the BPC PW master data. In the same way, it can open ECC master. Okay. Right. Now, the next one, let's say input price data. So this is activity 2. The activity 2 also available here. I just completed that. I will come back to plan quantity. Here you can see the deadline that this activity should be completed by Srikanth by 28 August 2017. It has not completed. That's why the deadline here. These deadlines also. Let's say for an activity you have given 2 days. The deadlines also can be given in the BP. So he can click on plan quantity here. Input quantity. So click on input quantity. It opens analysis for office guarantee. It opens. we should directly open. Just throwing some error. No, it's okay. So it directly opens the analysis for office workbook. The same way, I can, you see, I have added multiple layouts here. Let's say input quantity, then they can see the report here. In the same, just they click on report, it will open the report. Once they see the report, yeah, once they see the report, so actual versus plan comparison reports they will see. Once the report is available, then they can go for work status. So first they plan the quantity, then they will check the result, then they go for work status. So when they click on set work status, it opens. So which profit center you connected, that profit center can be locked with the status. So in the BPF, you can call the work status. Now, where to configure this one? So this is plan quantity. Even we have plan prices, another activity. So here I can plan the input price. The input price, it opens a input layout. So some error reported. So the plan price, it is open. So product wise price can be planned for a particular year here. Now, how to configure this one? So basically what we can do, we can call all our developments here in this particular BP. First, based on your requirement, what we did, we got the requirement. This is the requirement we discussed. Yeah. This requirement we developed using modeling, planning functions, and all this stuff. Now, we have to keep it in a format using BPF. This is the process. Let's start creating this particular BPF. Go to administration where you can create the BPF. In the administration, in the process template, you can create. So let me show you in BPC 11 run. This is the work. BPC 11, how to create the BPF. Check the environment first. So this is the correct one from here. Administration. So this is what I'm saying. Here administration is under this. In the BPC 10.1, administration is like this. All are like this. They divided and you can see. BPC 11, you can see like this. Okay. Mainly BPC 11 we have to understand how the backend composite providers, ADSOs, are working for this particular solution. Earlier you have info cubes and in multi-providers. Now they change it to this composite provider and ADSOs. Everything is ADSO here now. Go to administration, business process flows, process template. Here is the process template. Here I can create a process template. So process template means one name you have to give. Click on new. So let's say the name of the process template. This is total name. So I need to give on this one. Identify dimensions. So I want to log the data. I want to the identify process instance. We can create a process instance, right? I told you here. Process instance, iteration of business process. This process instance is based on my identity dimension. Identity dimension can be 0 fiscal year and 0 version. So here I will select 0 fiscal year. So automatically fiscal year variant will be selected. This is positive. Process monitors. There will be one process monitor. So who can control that process monitor? That means who can see who are all completed the planning, who are all pending. That is access recon. Here I told you what is process monitor. So here owner of the BPF template is process monitor. That is I can give here. Now click on save. So the template is created. Now the activities to be defined. Okay. Now go to activities. Here you can add a new activity. So activity 1, basically, I want to maintain master data. Maintain master. Maintain. From this step, from the process definition, right? The activities definition. It might be BPC 11 or BPC 10.1. Let's say if I go to the same screen in BPC 10.1, let's say process template, this is BPC 10.1, new. So the same thing. What is the process name, description, identity dimension, process owners, activity. No change, right? BPC wise, no change you see. Only the UX is changed. Something here, this is HTML5, that is UX5, something different. That is the change. But backend everything is changed. HANA related stuff, everything is changed. That's so BPF if you practice in 10.1 or 11, both are. So I told you all are matched, leave open, and the driving dimension you can select whatever. So driving dimension can be internal dimension or external dimension. If that is external dimension, so I think you double zero is there. So here we have not. So here you can define the driving dimension and mapping dimension. The same thing I will define now in BPC 10.5. Both screens are same, no changes. I'm logging off now. Okay. Process settings. How I came here, administration, here process templates, new process. Here I will just write fields.
Your screen is stopped over.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not possible.
Activities, maintain master data, that only.
Now I open the Excel sheet. now I open the BPC screen. Can you see BPC screen now?
The VP screen is the driving dimensions missing, right?
No, that I changed. That means your I mean, the network is solved or something for you. So identity dimensions. Fiscal year and version. These two ways. So this when I want to use this sales planning process template for forecast, I will use version forecast fiscal year. When I want to use this sales planning template for planning, I will use for planning and the fiscal year. Yeah. So now, where is the version? In this?
Hi, Kiran.
Yeah, here, category.
Can you explain that what you explained just now about this driving dimension, identity dimension?
Yeah. So identity dimension basically tells the process iteration of business. For example, when you are implementing for a particular customer, they might have a forecast scenario. Forecast is basically current year remaining months. They might have next year. Right? There are two options. We can create one sales planning for forecast, another sales planning template for annual time. Two BPF template can be created. Right? However, SAP BPF has a facility that use one template, sales planning only one template, but tell the system for the which version, which fiscal year you are using for that template. Based on that, it will create two iterations. Let's say, if I select process instance, my identity dimension 0 fiscal year and 0 version. So let's say one combination I can use for 2017 forecast version. I can use this particular BPF template. All these activities can be executed. Once it is completed, closed, then I can open the same template for 2018 and plan version. Yeah, that is the user. So I can identify my my process instance based on version and
Kiran, can we use one BPF for tracking activity across multiple divisions? Let's say like we have one BPF for 2018 planning. Like one brand manager, like one brand group is using means same template, same BPF is used across multiple divisions. Let's say one brand, let's say one segment, like one brand has like analyst who will submit the data and their manager will approve. Same thing for brand B. Analyst will submit the data and managers will review. So can we use one BPF to track activities across multiple areas?
Yes, that is the use of driving dimension. So in my case, driving dimension, let's say profit center. So any profit center, system will derive owner and manager and performer and reviewer. It will be.
Okay.
Same way, for you, driving dimension will be brand.
Okay. Thank you.
Process owners. Let's say the process owners, you can have multiple process owners, not an issue. You can up to two process owners. Now, click on save. The same thing I did it, activity, new activity. So first activity, so you have to design your this thing first in Excel, then it will be easy for you to manage. Okay. So activity 1, maintain master data. Let's say it is by Srikanth. Kiran will be replaced by Srikanth. So maintain master data, who is going to add maintaining master data in BW, maintaining master data in ECC system. So the activity name, maintain. So this is activity. So this maintain master data will happen for only one profit center. Let's say I have one default profit center. For that profit center, the person who is there in that profit center, he is going to maintain the master data, right? I can hard code one profit, not it. Now the driving dimension is profit center, if that is internal dimension. But internal dimension, I cannot manage my performer and reviewer. Correct. That's why I have to go for external dimension. Why I'm going for external dimension? External dimension, I'm telling U00 underscore EPC or U01 EPC. So here external profit. Why I'm not taking the internal profit center? If you see my profit center master data, oh, not the profit center. External profit center master data. For work status, we created this, maintain. So I have different profit centers, right? YB110, YB111, YB600, and the performer and reviewer maintained in the attributes. If you remember, we created U00PERF, U00PEREV, two attributes and added to the external profit center. Here I am maintaining these particular things. So why I am maintaining? Because standard profit center, which is part of my ADS work cube, cannot be used for the approval process. So here, driving dimension, you have to select the external profit center. The let's say, who is going to maintain, which profit center is going to maintain this price? The price is responsible by, let's say, YB900. This guy. This is a default profit center. Whomever is responsible for YB900, he is going to maintain the price. Now, this external profit center is mapped to which characteristic in your current model? Profit. This is profit center dimension, which is profit center characteristic. This is the external profit center. So external profit center is created for the profit center dimension. Now, here define performer by property. Let's say if now, who is the performer? Who is the performer? The performer is the U00 performer, because I have my driving dimension external profit center. In this driving dimension, two properties are there, two attributes are there, performer and reviewer. It will give that those two properties here. Now, system will understand if that is YB100, 900, Srikanth is going to plan the data. I told here, right? UW external profit center, define performer by property UW. Now, I'm going to create the workspace. Now, you can also add the deadline. Let's say this activity, when I start my planning process, this activity should be done within 2 days. So, you give 2 days here. This is deadline. So, after 2 days, it should wait or it should close the activity. If it is closing the activity, next activity will open. Right? Some disciplinary things will be happening for this particular performer. So best thing is wait. So after 2 days, all will get like this particular deadline reached. Plan the data. Some mail will go. So because it is in the wait state, this guy can connect and plan. Now if you say close activity, the activity will be closed. Someone has to open that activity for this particular performer. Best thing is wait. Yeah.
Kiran, this template, right? This activity is assigned to one particular cost center, and there is a one performer who is going to do it, right? Now, if the same process template, if that needs to be assigned to another cost center with another performer, do you how do you use it? I mean, how does that how do you take care of that?
Here I can select multiple. It creates two activities. It will create one activity for YB900. It will create another activity for YB6.
Okay, then can you also choose a different performer user property to two different performers as well?
For both the things, performer, see, whether that may be YB900 or YB600, property is same.
Okay, okay, okay.
So,
Still
yeah.
reopen allow reopen is once the master data is logged again, can we go back and do
So the user the user is completed this activity and submitted. Okay, completed that activity. Again, you want to reopen. Some mistake happened. Again, one more profit center you have to add. If this is allow reopen is there, the owner of this activity or the next activity can reopen this particular maintain master data again. They can come back. Right, reopen. See here. I'll show you. Allow users with appropriate rights to reopen this activity. If you have that in the security, there is a task profile for the reopen. If the user is having that particular task profile activity, profile, you can reopen this activity. Now, click on create. So I'm creating a workspace. Now in this workspace, how can I add a URL? Correct. If you see here, add hyperlink. In the workspace, I said we add hyperlink. So click on add hyperlink. The hyperlink main name is maintain master data in BW or add new product in BW. So add new product in BW. If you remember, we created provisional characters, right? It will open that. So here, it should open the external resources. It should open a URL. Open URL. Which URL you want? For example, the data is maintained for the provisional characteristic. What is our provisional characteristic? U00 underscore PMAT, provisional material. If you remember, we created one provisional material and we created a calculation view to merge the provisional characteristic values with my materials, ERP product. So maintain. Here we have T underscore ATBHS, TV underscore this we maintain. High speed laser printer, multi-function laser printer, all this. So take this link here, from here copy this link and paste it here. Yeah, now click on save. What happens? I just close this. Let's close this one out. Yeah. What happens when you have saved this one? You have saved this one. You have saved this one. Now, if you want to test it, you can test it. How you can test it? Edit option feedback here. Yeah, stop editing. Click on stop editing. Okay. Then it's validated. Just click on here, add new product. So you can test. It is opening here. What it did? Here something is called stop editing. I clicked on stop edit. If I want to edit, edit. So here you have to click stop editing. Here itself you can test whether it is opening that URL or not. This is the best option. So the user is going to add. If you want to add any new product, they will add the new product. Now, if you want to add any master data in ECC system, let's say, what happens? Profit center master data is there. Some of the descriptions I have to manage, for example. Yeah, how to manage the descriptions. Yeah, you can change the descriptions of the profit centers in ECC system. Also, you can change the descriptions of external profit center in BW. How can you connect to ECC system from here? The master data can be opened in the web GUI, or there is a transaction code NWBC, NetWeaver Business Client. So here also you can change the data. This is S4 with S4 HANA, this will come. NetWeaver BC. Go here, master data. Organization structure. Here, whatever ECC changes you are doing, you can do it here in the NetWeaver Business Client. Now it's available. So profit center, this is profit center. So this screen should open. Here you can change the master. You can select this master data, then you can create a new one, edit one, copy one, all these things. So this link should be open for the user. So I will add another link here, edit. When you add in the same workspace, so this is my workspace name, maintain master data in BW and ECC. ECC means that's what. So here I can add one more hyperlink. See, this is adding under this same activity, same workspace. Here I want to add maintain profit. Because it is real-time master data, right? Whenever you change in ECC, it automatically reflects in BPC. In S4HANA, it's real-time master data. So, target action, external resources, it's an URL. So now save it, validate it. This is validated. Okay. Stop editing. So you can check. I just cancelled it. Okay. See, it's opening this particular line. So here they can come and change this, and this will reflect. This will reflect BPC dynamic, the master data.
Kiran, you might have explained this earlier, but how can we union provision data, like BPC provision data with ECC or S4 HANA data?
If you remember, we created one calculation view. U00, this is the calculation. So you can create a calculation view where you can connect BW master data with ECC master.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
So now, we created only one first activity. We completed this one, right? Tomorrow we'll create for activity 2, right? Activity 2 we will create input master data. We will work it out tomorrow. Okay.
Hey, Kiran, is this better?
Yes, sir.
Hey, this timing changed or what? I just joined and you're saying its session is wrapped up.
Is there any? Yeah.
Oh, I think. Oh,
it's
maybe
daylight.
Daylight saving. Oh my goodness. Okay. So
Well,
what happened today?
We tested the work status today, and BPF we started. Activity 1 is completed. Activity 2 anyway. I'm going to start tomorrow. Tomorrow I will explain this BPF again.
Yeah, please. Yeah. And Kiran, I need a favor from you because because I was traveling to my work location. I missed some classes in between. if you let me know when is the next batch that is going to start, I may have to chip into some sessions which I missed.
Yeah, 13th. 13th or 4th, 15th. India 13th or 15th will start new.
I don't need the initial, that embedded class that you told.
Understood.
That's only the BPC 11 part that you have started. That one, that from that point onwards, I would like to rejoin.
Sure.
Yeah, please let me know that when you come to that point.
Yeah, sure. So tomorrow we'll change the timing. Yeah. So what will be the time tomorrow? So India, November.
You did not
7th.
start any AMDP, right?
MDP, I will start day after tomorrow.
Okay. That's one thing which I'm looking at.
Yeah. USA November 7th. So I'm just making, tomorrow we'll discuss BPF, business process flows, the activity configuration we'll discuss. One more thing, I'm changing the time, remember, so I will change like this. Tomorrow once I have some work, so 6:30 a.m. India time. 6:30 a.m. India time. That means
Kiran, is it 6:30 or 6?
6 a.m. India time. So let's see the time. 6 a.m. India time. So 6 a.m. India time is here. So this will be 7:30 p.m. US.
7:30 p.m. Okay.
So this is EST, Eastern
That is
Daylight.
going to be 6:30 CST. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 6:30 a.m. What is the time? 7:30. What is?
7:30 EST.
It's 7:30 EST.
Yeah. So this time we will connect.
Okay.
We use the same meeting.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Kiran, Kiran, I messaged you something. Can you have a look and just let me know?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Use date something. Can we use T code NWBC in BPC 11? No, BPC 11, NWBC is applicable only for S4HANA.
Okay.
BPC system.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm ending the meeting. We'll connect tomorrow as per half an hour before. 30 minutes before we'll connect. Yeah. Okay, I'm ending the meeting. Thank you.
You would be sharing the new link, no, the same link.
Same link is.
Okay, but we'll connect a half an hour before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goodbye.